I'm Kat.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're KIWI-CODE. And this is our review of the craziest trip of our lives that we just finished yesterday.
We circumnavigated planet Earth in just 1 month using only 10,000 euro.
But how? Earlier this year, we applied for Kiwi.com's ultimate summer job for 2025 and were selected as one of their world travel hackers and given 10,000 euro to use their incredible app full of amazing travel hacking tools to book all of our travel all the way around the world.
All in all, we visited 4 continents, 7 countries, and about 12 different cities.
We started and ended the journey in London, going to Greece, China, Vietnam, Australia, Hawaii, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and back to London.
How did we do it, you may ask, with only 10,000 euro? Well, we actually spent a little more than the 10,000 euro. That's how we did it. But we actually jam-packed the trip with a lot of stops, a lot of flights, and a lot of activities. And we also splurged a few times for a little bit more comfort when we were so exhausted.
No regrets.
And we didn't want to hold ourselves back from having fun, so we did buy drinks and souvenirs and things like that, but we'll still walk you through it.
Our Kiwi.com flights cost us a grand total of 3,817 euro, which is crazy that we spent under 4,000 euro for that many locations and that many flights all the way around the world.
That leaves us 6,183 euro for everything else.
Our other travel, etc. fees like bag fees, Ubers, ferries, anything like that cost us 2,702 euro.
So all of our lodging, like our campsites, our hostels and hotels and Airbnbs, cost 1,580 euro.
Adventures like scuba diving and kayaking cost us a total of 805 euro.
Which is not much considering all the amazing things we did. Food, a total of 1,333 euro.
Our other expenses, like we needed a new backpack for this trip, and our travel visas and a couple souvenirs cost us a total of 895 euro.
That adds up to a grand total of 11,132 euro spent on a month of crazy intense jam-packed travel.
So, what are some standout moments from the trip? We'll go from start to finish.
Great. So starting in Greece, I would say the best memory was the wine and sunset that we spent in Hania. It was totally free except for I think the bottle of wine was 16 euro. And we just found a nice spot and watched the sunset over the water with that beautiful lighthouse. The worst thing was we were so overwhelmed and excited about this whole new big trip that we went to lunch and forgot to pay.
I just felt so bad because they had also been so generous to us.
Yeah, they gave us a free sip, which is a thing they do in Greece. They give you a sip of their alcohol and they give us free dessert. So then we walked out on them. But they were very sweet when I came back and paid.
Yeah, we felt really bad.
China.
I think the best part was the plank walk.
I was very nervous for it.
That was so cool. Being over those particular mountains that are so ancient and famous and in all of the old Chinese paintings, that was incredible.
If you ever find yourself in Huashan, go check out the infamous plank walk. Probably the worst memory was there was a bit of a taxi drama that we had going from our hotel to the plank walk. We could have walked to the entrance to the welcome center, but it was like half a mile away, so we wanted to save our legs a little bit because we knew we'd be hiking a lot. So we hailed a tuk-tuk that was sitting right outside of our hotel. We asked if he could take Alipay because that's all we had to pay with. And he said, no, cash only. And so we were like, oh, okay, sorry, we'll find another. There was another taxi. No, he came over to us while the guy was saying no and said, I can take Alipay. And then the tuk-tuk driver got very upset.
Rage.
Followed us back to this man's taxi. We got in the taxi and he was yelling at the taxi driver.
And he drove his tuk-tuk in front of the car.
So we couldn't move.
We're in the taxi, they're screaming at each other, and then our taxi driver who had gotten in the car got out of the car to keep fighting with this guy, and his car was in neutral. So he got out of the car
and started rolling backwards into
traffic. And so Kyle and I were like, get out of the car, get out of the car. So we both get out of the car.
And then he gets back into the car, puts it back in park and drive, and is like, okay, let's go, because the tuk-tuk driver moved. So Kat got back in the taxi. I started to get back in the taxi, and then he started driving with my one leg out the car. So we were like, stop. It was a very adrenaline-filled way to start the day.
Yeah, good times.
So just maybe call a taxi from the hotel if you're gonna head to Huashan, because they are very competitive over their business, and you want to give them your business. I felt bad for the tuk-tuk driver. He was the first person we approached.
But we didn't have cash. We had no way to pay him. Okay, Vietnam. I think we agree on this, that the best day was our full tour day where we went to the Coochie Tunnels, the Mekong Delta, and the Coconut Kingdom.
It was like a 12-hour tour. It was very affordable, and our tour guide was very knowledgeable about the history. He taught us about the Vietnam War with the States. We got to walk through the Coochie Tunnels, and then we got to go to the Mekong Delta and take 3 different boat rides and a tuk-tuk ride, and there was a private performance by this woman who sang the traditional local music.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was so cool. Weird.
Snake wine. It is a delicacy in the Mekong district. It's also called Mekong Viagra because it's supposedly an aphrodisiac, a very strong one.
I didn't try it.
I tried it. It was kind of funny. None of the women tried it, but all the men tried it. And they just give you a little shot, and it's actually a jar with a cobra or any kind of venomous snake like steeped in it,
It's
like a tea.
Literally cobra tea, but like with liquor.
Yeah, and you can see the snake. It's coiled up inside this jar, and he takes a shot out of it, and you take it.
What did you think of it?
It was great. I did feel a little bit of the effects. I'm not gonna lie. It was invigorating, and for the next few days, honestly, I felt very like alive and manly. So.
So worst moment in Vietnam, it was the one place that we had a food meh.
It wasn't even we didn't get food poison, but we definitely got food. Our stomachs just were not right for about a day. Just be careful.
That's on us.
Choose your food vendors wisely. Some of them cook their food on the ground. With bowls and stuff, but they're on the ground. So who knows what can crawl across it, or
Yeah, how long the meat had been sitting out, and it might be the kind of thing that it was just our stomachs were not prepared for it, whereas the locals are totally fine.
Yeah. I don't think it was bad food. I just don't think our stomachs were prepared for it.
Yeah, pho to the rescue.
Yes, we had pho that night, and everything was better. Australia. I would say the coolest memory from our time in Australia was the scuba diving, where we got super lucky and saw a shark.
On the Great Barrier Reef. And Kyle spotted it.
And it swam right past us. It wasn't a huge, scary shark. It was one that you knew it wasn't going to try to attack you.
It was probably 5 feet?
Yeah. It was smaller than me, but it was still cool because it swam right past us. I don't think anyone else saw him. And he had the little sucker fish on the back.
And we saw a little clownfish going in and out of the anemone. And I just kept hearing Marlon going out and back in. And out and back in. And it was
one more time.
So delightful. We fell in love with Australia.
Yeah, we definitely want to go back. I would say the worst part of the entire trip, actually, probably, was when somebody accidentally spilled half a mug of coffee on my computer.
It was definitely not me.
We thought it was dead for a full day, and somehow miraculously it dried out and it was perfectly fine. And I'm using it right now for our notes. So Hawaii. I would say the best and worst part.
Sleeping in a van. I think I slept better than you did.
Because my feet were in between the 2 front seats. It was a van. It wasn't like a camper van. We slept on the ground on the floor of the van.
I love it because you wake up and you are in typical photography Hawaii, like mountains and palm trees, but it's also
very uncomfortable,
hot and humid and packed in a van as full-grown adults. So,
but we saved a lot of money, and Hawaii is one of the most expensive places to be. We needed a rental car anyways, so we doubled those costs. Last 2 stops, we did San Diego / Mexico with friends.
They live in Tijuana, and I did not realize prior to going there how many brilliant food and wine gems there are in and around Tijuana. So we had best tacos of our life every single day, and a variety of tacos. We ended up going to this restaurant that had been rated the #1 breakfast in the entire world, and it had earned that rating.
It was so good.
It was just incredible food, incredible company. It was so nice to see friends. That was by far one of my favorite parts of this trip.
Northwest Mexico is growing as a tourist location, so we highly recommend it. We actually stayed with our friends at their apartment, which is right next to the border. So we got to wake up and see the border of the US right there. And yeah, they go back and forth for their jobs sometimes into the States and back, and they're Mexican citizens and they travel back and forth, which I just thought was really cool. They hang out in San Diego and then come back to Tijuana the next day.
It was interesting learning that Tijuana and San Diego,
they're kind of symbiotic.
These 2 cities, people just cross back and forth constantly.
It's the largest land crossing
in the world,
of borders in the world.
Wild.
The worst part about that was that overnight flights are a really good cheap way to travel because nobody wants to travel overnight. But we did 5 of them. And so this was after the 4th and I started to lose my voice. And for like 3 days I could barely talk. It was kind of sad because we were eating such good food with friends that we hadn't seen in 2 years. So I wanted to catch up and talk and I just lost my voice. So sad. The last place we went to was Puerto Rico, which I didn't know much about. I only know from West Side Story and In the Heights, the 2 musicals that have Puerto Ricans as like the main characters, and I just knew what I knew from what they sang about.
The most magical way to end this round the world trip is that we were able to go on a bioluminescence clear kayak tour. It was the new moon, which is the best time to see the bioluminescence because it's when the sky is the darkest, and it looked like starlight glitter just in the water underneath us.
And
so magical.
The fish would swim past you, and as they swam, you could see them. Like they looked like shooting stars. And there were no clouds that night either, so there was just a beautiful Milky Way above us. We didn't get much footage of it, unfortunately, because it was so dark.
We got to see it.
It was a great way to end the trip.
It was magic.
Well, thanks for watching this recap of our craziest around the world journey. And thank you, Kiwi.com. We couldn't have done it without you.
Yes,
especially
cheers to you.
In our first year of travel vlogging. We did not expect to do such a crazy adventure. So thank you for taking a chance on us. Go follow us on Kyle Caught a Cat on YouTube and Instagram if you want to see more from this trip. And also go check out Kiwi.com's Instagram page because they'll be posting some of the content as well.
This was a dream come true in every single way, and we are going to be reeling from this trip for probably the rest of our lives. So cheers to that. Cheers to your future travels, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.